Welcome to the show, everyone. Hope it's a good weekend for those who get a weekend, and I hope that that is most of you. We are probably getting to the end of Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s presidential campaign. A number of things have happened over the last 24 to 48 hours, none of them good, and most of his polling is now down from what was at one point 16, 17, 18% to just 3 or 4% in most polls. So let's talk about what's happening with RFK Jr., the Daily Beast reporting. Did RFK Jr.'s presidential campaign just flame out? He failed to qualify for next week's presidential debate, is bleeding cash, and is on a mere 9 state ballots, reducing his chances to essentially nil. There are a few elements to this story. First and foremost is the unfortunate, if you're a supporter of RFK's, reality that he is not going to be on the debate stage next week. He failed to meet the requirements established in order to qualify for that debate stage. Those are a threshold of at least 15% in 4 major national polls of registered or likely voters, as well as getting on the ballot in enough states to actually have the possibility of securing the 270 electoral votes that a candidate needs in order to win in November. He has not been able to do either. Now, let's look at some of the recent polling. It's not good. It's very, very much not good. And to be honest, it hasn't been good for a little while. Here is the Economist poll has Kennedy at 4, not explosive. The Fox News poll has Kennedy at 10. That's his best recent performance. YouGov has Kennedy at 3, and then Ipsos Reuters has him at 10. So needless to say, whether you think that the real level of support for Kennedy, because of the fact that he's on almost no ballots, is closer to 3 or 4, or whether you believe that the real support for Kennedy is closer to 10, it's not the 15 that he needs to be on the debate stage. It's not the 16, 17, 18 that he supposedly had in a sprinkling of polls at the beginning of 2024 or even before that. And without being able to be a recipient of 270 electoral votes, and without being able to be on the debate stage next week, this campaign is effectively over. Now, what else could Robert F. Kennedy Jr. do or hope to do? Unfortunately, I could spend the next 10 minutes talking to you about how well, he's got the 9 states that he's in, but if he can then associate himself with a party with ballot access in these other 4 states, and then maybe push a write-in campaign in these other 3 states, maybe we could come up with some hypothetical path to 270 if he somehow won every single one of those states. It's just, I respect you too much to waste the next 10 minutes doing that. So I'm going to cut right to the best that Robert F. Kennedy could hope to do. The best, or arguably the worst, that Robert F. Kennedy could hope to do is to get enough support in a critical state, either by write-in or however, that he flips that state from Biden to Trump and helps Donald Trump become the next president of the United States. That's the biggest impact that RFK Jr. should have. Now, you may hear me say this, and your reaction might be, David, I thought you were telling us that RFK actually helps Biden because he pulls more from Trump. That may be the case. It's possible. And it's both plausible and logical to some degree. Because what Democrat who actually values the agenda of Democrats is going to go and vote for RFK Jr.? I know it doesn't make sense, but my point is, from our perspective, the perspective that Biden is better than Trump and would be better off as a country with Biden rather than Trump. From that perspective, the biggest impact that RFK could have that we would be worried about isn't that RFK wins. It's that he prevents Biden from winning and helps Trump win by throwing a monkey wrench into one or a couple different states. So, of course, we hope that that doesn't happen. We're going to be watching it. But it does seem as though the path is narrowing for RFK to absolutely no path whatsoever. He's gone from no path to absolutely no path whatsoever. And I don't know that he will formally end the campaign between now and November, but he's not going to be on the debate stage. He's polling 3 or 4 in most polls. And I really don't know what there is to do. Also, he's spending more money than he's fundraising. So And I don't even know that remember that vice presidential pick that he made? Where is she? I saw one interview she did on some tech show where she got like confused about abortion and said to the hosts, well, what do you think? As if that's what's at issue, what the hosts think. So the entire thing has gone down in flames. Staying healthy is all about sustainable habits, something you'll actually stick to, which is why I've been using AG1 in the morning for years now. It's just so much simpler than messing with a bunch of different vitamin pills and products. And with just a single scoop of AG1, I get the vitamins, minerals, and probiotics I want, and I'm keeping my nutritional basis covered for the day. It's just easy. It's easy. I feel better. My energy lasts longer. In a recent research study, 97% of participants reported feeling more energy after 30 days of drinking AG1. In a recent study, AG1 was shown to even double the healthy bacteria in the gut. It's easy and satisfying to start your journey with AG1. Try AG1 and get a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3, K2, plus 5 free AG1 travel packs with your first subscription order at drinkag1.com/Pacman. The link is in the description.